Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. Tonight I'm going to cook another Indian dish. Okay, I've been cooking some Indian dishes lately, and a viewer of mine, a subber of mine that I call Silvie, the way she spells it, it seems to come out Silvie, watched my chicken jalfrezi recipe that I made for Soma Sahare in my last video and said, hey, why don't you make us something spicy in Indian? So I said, okay. So I did a little bit of research and looked at a bunch of recipes, and I decided to do a classic Punjabi dish from the north of India, from Punjab, called Butter Paneer Masala. If you've been on my channel for any length of time, you know I love paneer, okay? So I decided to make this Punjabi dish my way, and it's a classic Punjabi dish. It's made with something called paneer, or Indian cottage cheese, which is a very dense, very hard, well, I wouldn't say very hard, but it's a very dense cheese packed with protein so that the vegetarians of northern India can get the protein and calcium they need without eating meat. It's lovely stuff. It's kind of like tofu. It doesn't really taste like much until you give it something to work with, and that's going to be the curry that I'm going to make, the masala. Okay, so as usual with YouTube, unlimited minutes, let's get going, and I'll see you on the other side. Now, what I have here, you'll see, is a big frying pan. Okay, now you might think that this is burnt stuff. This is not burnt stuff. This is the result of caramelized onions. Okay, I caramelized about 4 medium onions, and this is the brown bits that were left at the bottom of the pan. And I have about 2 tablespoons of ghee and about 2 tablespoons of oil in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some cumin on a low flame. I'm going to add something called nigella sativa, or kalonji seeds, okay, on a low flame, and some garam masala, okay, on a low flame. And I'm just going to get this stuff to cook up really quick. I don't want it to burn. I'm on a low flame. Scrape off some of this caramelization. This caramelization is going to add a lot of flavor, and then we're going to move on to the next step. It is widely known. They complement each other. So I've cooked the masala, the nigella sativa, and the cumin, and I'm going to reintroduce the onions that I caramelized prior, and I'm going to raise the heat and reintroduce the onions to the pan with the caramelization, the nigella sativa, the cumin, and the garam masala. And I'm going to cook this for about 1 minute on high, and then we'll move on to the next step. The onions are frying again. Some of those brown bits are coming off the bottom of the pan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some crushed tomatoes. Some recipes call for making a tomato puree with the chilies and the onions, but instead of making a pureed sauce, I'm going to go for levels of texture instead. So I'm going to bring this tomato onion mixture to a boil, and then I'm going to bring it down to a simmer. Alright, now the tomato onion mixture is at a nice simmer, and to that I am going to add some ginger paste, about 1.5 teaspoons, and some garlic paste, about 1.5 teaspoons. Okay. And I'm going to mix this in to the tomato and onion mixture. Sylvie wanted something spicy, so we're doing something spicy. I'm going to make this Paneer Butter Masala a little more spicy. Now, to this, that is 4 sliced green chilies. I de-seeded them, but I did leave some of the pith for the spice. Now, a lot of recipes for Paneer Butter Masala call for pureeing the chili, the green chili, and the red chili, and the tomato, and the garlic paste and stuff in a blender, and you can do it that way. That's fine. Most people do it that way. But if you want layers of flavor and texture, you do it this way. Okay, I'm going to cook those green chilies in here, okay, in this masala, okay, until they wilt. And to that, I'm also going to add some chilies from India. These are chilies from the south of India. I couldn't locate chilies from the north of India, what is called Kashmiri, but these are southern Indian chilies, seeds and skins. Okay. They're not too hot, but they're hot enough. They lend to color and flavor. You could use any chili you want, but I wanted to use some form of an Indian chili since this is an Indian dish, an Indian stew, an Indian masala. So I'm going to simmer this until those peppers begin to soften up and wilt. Okay. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Help bring out the flavors. Help those green peppers wilt. Smells fantastic. A little bit of black pepper, Cali Mirch. Not too much. Just a light smatter. And I'm going to simmer this part of the masala for about 5 minutes more until those green chilies begin to soften up and wilt, and then we'll move on to the next step. We've got this part of the masala simmering on about a medium. I had to add a little water to keep the masala moving. Okay, I'm going to let it thicken up a little bit, but to this, I'm going to add some red chili powder, some turmeric powder, and some garam masala. Okay. There's one thing I have to say, and I said it on my last video. The country of India, the Indians, are the kings of spice. Okay. They've got it going on. They use so many different spices for so many different things. A lot of the herbs and spices they use, in fact most of them, if not all of them, have health and medicinal qualities for things like digestion, to say the least. I'm going to bring this up to a medium simmer, and I'm going to do this for about 4 or 5 minutes because I want the oil to separate from the rest of the ingredients before I put in the final ingredients. So at this point, guys, the oil is starting to separate from the rest of the ingredients in the pan, and that's what we want. Look at this lovely red color, and if you look at the bottom of the pan, the fluids in here have deglazed all that caramelized onion that was stuck to the bottom, if you can see it. Oh, there's a little bit left, but there it is. Okay, all that's coming off, and there's a certain amount of fond. And then one of the best ingredients we're putting in here is about 2 tablespoons of cashew nut paste. Now, usually when this paste is made for this dish, they'll take 20 or 30 cashews and they will soak them in water for about 15 minutes, and then they'll grind them up into a paste. Me particularly, I didn't want to do that, so I put the cashews in my processor and I ground them and chopped them and ground them and chopped them into something to be the equivalent of cashew peanut butter. I didn't want to add water. And they're going to do a lovely, lovely job of thickening up this masala and adding a level of flavor. I didn't use raw cashew. Look at that, there's fawn. I didn't use raw cashew. I didn't use dry roasted. I used some cashews that I got from a supermarket that were coated in Thai chili and kaffir lime powder. So another level of flavor, and it's going to be good. Okay, now at this point with the thick gravy, I'm going to start adding paneer. All right. Doesn't matter where you put it. Lower the flame to medium. 1-inch blocks of Indian paneer, Indian cottage cheese, hard cheese loaded with protein. Okay, if you're a vegetarian and you need protein and you need calcium and you have not explored Indian paneer, it's time for you to explore Indian paneer. All right, so I'm going to get these 1-inch blocks wet, reduce to a medium-low simmer here. Oh yeah. The best part about paneer is it is absolutely the best cooking cheese on the planet. I mean, you go to an Italian restaurant, you order fried mozzarella, yeah, okay, it's good. Paneer is better. Because you can fry paneer until it's golden brown and it won't melt and it won't get sloppy. I'm going to raise the heat a little bit. Okay. There you go. I'm going to get this to a simmer, and then we're going to add a final ingredient and then one other final ingredient, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. The paneer has been cooking for about 2 minutes. It's starting to get soft. And the final dry ingredient, kasuri methi, fenugreek leaves. Okay. Oh, they have such a dynamic aroma. This is the first time I've ever used fenugreek leaves. It's wonderful. Oh my God, it adds just such an aroma, such a flavor. And like tofu, these blocks of paneer cheese are soaking up the flavor of this masala as we speak. I'm going to simmer this for another few minutes, and then we're going to add a little cream, and then we're going to plate up, and it's going to be good. I'll see you in a little bit. At this point, the paneer has softened famously. The gravy has gotten to the consistency that I want. When it comes to certain kinds of Indian food, your gravies could either be dry or wet. And I'm thickening this gravy, this masala, right in between. Okay? Right in between. And I'm going to add some cream. Okay? Now the cream goes in. Some recipes make this masala more red than white. When they add the cream, many people add sugar. I'm not doing that because this is spicy. All right, there we go. Oh, lovely, lovely. All right. Yeah, I'll get it about halfway. There we go. There we go. That's about as white as I want it with the cream. So this dish, Butter Paneer Masala, gets its protein from the cheese, gets some calcium, gets some fat, and get some fat from the ghee, and you get some protein and some fat from the cream. I'm going to add just a little bit more, and I'm going to simmer this for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then it's going to be time to plate up. Oh my God, it smells so good in here. Alright guys, there it is. Butter Paneer Masala my way. I know it doesn't look like much, Okay, a lot of Indian foods don't look like much. Okay, it just depends on what part of India it's from. This looks like a big frying pan full of gravy with blocks of cheese. It looks like a stew. Okay, it doesn't look like much. It's not very attractive, but it's full of flavor and full of health benefits from all the herbs and spices. And if you like Indian food, you'll just love this. Okay, so I'm gonna plate this up and have some dinner. All right, guys, here it is. Butter Paneer Masala, my way. All right, I know it doesn't look like much. It's a stew, it's a gravy, it's a masala. I'm gonna get all that fond off the side here. Okay, it's not the most attractive food in the world, but then again, many Asian dishes, no matter where they are from around the world, don't look that attractive, but they are packed with flavor. And this happens to be one of those dishes that is packed with flavor, okay, and packed with health benefits from all the herbs and spices, loaded with protein from the cheese. If you're a vegetarian, you need to consider eating more Indian food. You need to consider adding paneer to your diet. I'm going to plate this up and then I'm going to have dinner, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay guys, there it is. Butter Paneer Masala. This is my dinner. It's going to be delicious. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm glad you stopped by to watch. I hope you make this recipe, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my Easy Cooking channel tonight. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, Butter Paneer Masala. It is delicious. It's spicy. My tongue is still burning. It's really spicy, but that's what my viewer Silvie wanted. I have a closet full of Nala Jolokia ghost peppers that I actually thought about using, but I was like, no, I better not do that. So I used the southern Indian chilies and the green chilies, and it's pretty spicy. It's pretty warm. I'm sweating. I'm really sweating. But I want to thank you for stopping by. As usual, I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to thank you for your patronage. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for commenting. And I want to thank you for stopping by to watch this recipe. And I hope to see you on the next video. Silvie, I hope you like this recipe. All of you, thank you very much. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.